Our second guest speaker is Anton Akulinkin. Anton is an electrical maintenance engineer at Solomon for Fortescue Mining Group. Anton has over 14 years of experience in various industries, living and working in countries such as Russia, the US, and of course, Australia. Throughout his career, Anton has been not only working in an engineering capacity, but also has gained hands-on experience working as a field service engineer in diverse locations, even in the Arctic Circle. Anton has a passion for leadership and coaching, which he continuously masters through interaction with his colleagues at work, as well as with friends outside of work. Anton believes that communication, alignment, and inclusion are the key aspects for business success. Anton is going to present Fear Precedes Greatness. Welcome, Anton.
Thank you, Shelley, and good evening, everyone. My name is Anton, and I was born in a small town, Mariinsk, back in Russia. The region where I grew up was rich with coal mines and other mining-associated activities. Nevertheless, as the work that in the mining at the time would pose a certain risk to life, with multiple occasions when people were injured or killed in mining, I wasn't planning to join that industry at that time, and I chose to move into electronics research and development. As the years have passed, I got married to Asel, and working as an electronics engineer for nearly 5 years, I couldn't say that I've had a successful career, as at this stage I still didn't have any assets really, and such as like place to live or a car. Then the opportunity arose for us to go to the US, which we've taken without having a second thought, as there was nothing for us to live in Russia except for our family or friends. Not to mention how scared we were of making such a drastic decision in our lives. The fear of failure was strong, but we did it anyway. Life in the US was different and hard in the beginning, as I was barely understanding what our peoples were saying to me, and I couldn't speak English at all. The times were really desperate for me at the time, and I'm grateful to my wife, who was not the only sole provider for the family at the time, but also demonstrated tremendous patience towards myself and a great amount of support. After 9 months being unemployed, I finally found a job as a control service technician. This is where I learned not only how to use my brain, but also how to use some tools, where I was building conveyor systems and control cabinets from scratch. I enjoyed the job a lot, and my English has started to improve. A couple of years after, we were faced with a life-changing choice: to stay in the US and go through a curvy visa path, or to apply for Australian PR. Same as when we left Russia in the beginning, the fear of failure was strong. And what should we choose, really? We decided to try the option for Australian PR. The path wasn't straight and surely wasn't easy for me. The English test was the most challenging for me again. Yet, we succeeded. What did I know about Australia at this stage? Well, there must be some kangaroos and diggers in Australia. Yet I haven't met any of those in my first 2 years living in Australia. That was until I joined the mining industry. Yes, even though I wasn't considering mining in the beginning of my career, I decided I was actually very impressed by the safety in the mining sector in Australia, and I decided to give it a go. My first mining-related job was field service engineer, and where I would be traveling on different sites and do different things in there, like service and commissioning equipment. The job was great, and I enjoyed it a lot. Yet I decided it's time to change where my daughter was born, and I needed to find a fixed roster for this job. This is when I secured a fixed-term, full-time job with BHP Nickel West in Kwinana. job was quite different for what I was doing before in terms of processes and work management. So the fear meter was sitting at high section again. Nevertheless, I soon became successful at what I was doing. The fixed term end date was approaching, and I didn't get any certainty in the future of my career at Kwinana. This was a time when I was the only provider for the family, and given that I didn't have any certainty in the future, I started to get worried. This is where I met the amazing Katie-Jeyn, and I got to know about the Ambitious Leaders Network. Despite the fact that I was quite skeptical about Career Acceleration Mastermind in the beginning, I decided to give it a go because I needed to do something different. Working with Katie-Jeyn, I improved my confidence significantly. I became more calm, less stressed, and managed things much better than I was doing that before. She believed in me and gave me the push that I needed. Let me know my blind spots and got me to work on the things that I wouldn't consider before, including my English and bringing that to the next level. This all led me to become more successful, particularly at interviews, where I ended up with securing 2 roles simultaneously with 2 major mining companies. Faced with 2 amazing options again, the fear was strong. However, the work I did with Katie-Jeyn has helped me to choose the role that I'm currently in with Fortescue, and I'm enjoying every bit of that choice. So my career tip for you is fear precedes greatness. Whether moving from country to country or changing career or something else, the fear of failure may be strong. And I know that when that happens, to shift my mindset, think positively, focus on what I want to achieve, and never give up. Because overcoming fear always brings great results. That's pretty much it. Thank you.
Congratulations. Let's congratulate Anton, everybody. How do you feel?
Amazing.
Yeah, you did absolutely amazing. So inspiring. You're a class act. You've had a phenomenal international career, and we're so glad you came to Australia with the dingoes. Yeah. So there is, on the odd occasion, it doesn't happen very often, I actually second guess the coaching that I'm going to provide. Most times I'm just on the fly. But when I gave you some coaching, I really considered it deeply before I gave it to you. And the reason was because I was fearful, but fear precedes greatness. And I was fearful because here's a guy that's had an international career. He's at least bilingual, potentially multilingual, and I'm just an Aussie who can speak 1 language. But when I first met you, I was always saying, what did you say? Can you say that again? Can you repeat it? Yeah, and I knew deep down that would be a blocker, because what happens with people is they'll eventually ignore somebody that they can't understand. Not everyone will be as patient. And you got the 7 out of 10 for your English test to come to Australia. But what did I say it needed to be out of 10?
6.
Yeah. Well, you needed to be a 9. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you need to be a 9. Yeah. And to your credit, like when I gave you that advice, you took it on. And we were hanging off every single word you said tonight. And, you've had multiple job opportunities. You got to choose which job you wanted, and you nailed it. So congratulations. And fear does precede greatness. Thank you. I've loved working with you.